Hi, I'm Merrick Demetto,
And I'm Classic Gamer.
and welcome back to Let's Play Broken Sword 3 The Sleeping Dragon.
Indeed.
Bruno had risked a lot to bring me here. I wasn't about to go sightseeing. Ostwald sure was scared. Bruno, do you have a moment?
Yes, I have many moments, George.
I like Bruno in this game.
door had
Gives
no
his
remarkable
characters
features.
much more fleshed out.
I was honest, it made no sense that he was a Neo-Templar in the first game.
I think it was just like people in high
No
positions of
sounds
like.
came from behind the door.
So maybe he was like a well-respected man.
Either the
Well,
door
he was
stuck,
winning a
or it was
Nobel
just locked.
Prize in the first game.
My pants are from England, Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much support.
The door looked sturdy.
I love those, I speak English very good type lines.
I couldn't hear anything.
He doesn't learn it from a book.
That door wasn't going to open.
Are you gonna?
Magazines and large hardback books. That Irish guy, Eamon, he would have loved this place.
Well, yeah, that's Black Books, obviously. Oh, it's a library I thought we were in England. My bad.
Novels and short stories by the look of it. Kids' books. Shame it wasn't open. I still had a couple of gaps in my Tintin collection, and this could have been just the place.
It's pronounced Tintin, but alright.
So Tintin collection is like a collection of like anything, is it?
No. He's
Oh.
specifically a French, Belgian comic book character.
Oh no, I know that Tintin, the Tintin character. I just like when he says Tintin collection. That's
Yeah, collection of the books.
Oh yeah.
The door to the repository was old and heavy. They sure didn't want anyone taking their books.
No, they didn't. They don't.
The place was quiet. I guess no one was home. The door was locked tight. I'd have to find another way in.
So
Don't
when
worry,
you
Jude.
get inside, examine every single shelf. Some shelves might be the same twice, but he does do some quite funny responses. Or maybe a laugh from me, but a chuckle from you. There's a wall there, George.
Okay, we can't side him. That's unfortunate.
So what you want to do is the big trash can or dustbin. You want to go and shut the lid. So go around to the right of it. You should get an option to shut the lid. Keep going all the way around to the edge. That's it. Or to the back. There we go. There we go.
The lid had been propped open.
Would this be considered a skip?
I couldn't close
The
the
big
lid
one.
from the ground.
Kind of. Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, my bad. You have to pull around the box all the way around to the other side.
And then I
You
put it
see
back
what I
where...
mean? I don't think I think you can get onto it from the side anyway. You remember you see what I mean by this game having a lot of puzzle push, box push.
It's not that bad, though. So I think it's...
It will get a lot more than this. Trust me. But Broken Sword 4 doesn't have this problem. I don't know why they decided to have this desire to put box pushing in the game. I don't think you'll be able to reach the lid, will you? No, you can't. I know why you want to push it right to the back though.
Why? Really? Alright.
Yeah, because otherwise you can't drop the lid. Might be considered a skip, but it's not really the same shape as a skip.
What is a skip exactly?
Um,
Aside from a brand of crisps.
The lid had been propped open.
A skip is like it's yellow for a start, and it's essentially what you would see like on builder sites. So it's got a different kind of shape.
Okay. It's the one that's kind of like funneled, so people it's easier to drop stuff in.
Yeah, so it's got like sort of like the sides on the sides sort of kind of like dip a little bit, and then like the sides at the edge are like a bit more like upright. So like if it'll fill up from the bottom and then as you fill up with debris, it will then slowly go up the sides and up to the top. Now try jumping up and getting off.
It was a large recycling dumpster.
Yeah, I know that.
I wondered what sort of things the French recycled.
Try looking to the right and try get on the big green one. I just give you an option. Oh,
You know what would make the block pushing better in this?
what?
If you could pull it on the sides, as well as front to back, forward and back.
But you can do it in a direction as long as you've got room to do it.
No, you can't.
Well,
You
if you go to
cannot
like,
push it. So if you're holding it from the front, you cannot push it to the left or the right. And that's what
I see what you mean.
I
Yes.
would change
Right,
that. I would change in a second.
The window was latched inside. One of the panes was smashed, leaving a gaping hole. Suddenly, I was very scared of what lay ahead.
Why is this not a
Aha.
use item situation?
The
to
window
not
opened
cut our
easily.
hand open.
I don't know.
I found myself in a book repository.
But you already know that, George. I don't think there's anything in this room apart from the light switch, of course.
It was a light switch.
Well done, George.
Nothing happened.
Well, George, you're sneaking in. Do you really want people to know do you really want to announce your presence?
Yes, he does. Obviously, he does.
Is that because he's stupid, or
It was a
Yes.
sturdy metal door. I couldn't hear anything.
you can do this a lot in Gabriel Knight 3 with the use of a glass you steal.
Oh yes. Okay, so have a look at all the bookshelves.
Oh, dear
Some of them
God.
might be the same though.
Books on relationships. Looking for love in the strangest places. I made a mental note to stay away from bookshops for the rest of my life.
I mean, it's not like you can read, dude. Read, George.
Books on relationships. Looking for love in the strangest places. Books on relationships.
Okay, it's the same
Looking for
on
love
both
in the
sides.
strangest places.
That's weird.
Books on sex. Nobody ever accused George Stobart of being scared to learn new tricks. The Kama Sutra. Of course, people had more joints in those days. Sex, a one-man mission. Well, only if you can't find a woman. Problems in the sack. Ah, I see. That should be in the vegetable section.
No, sack is another word for bed, George.
I think he's being facetious.
And
This
sarcastic.
was a strange section. Secret doors and tunnels, construction and maintenance. There was a little plaque on the top of the shelf. These books kindly donated by the governor of Alcatraz.
I've only just realised what that means.
Books on the occult and the paranormal. Sacrifice made easy. 101 ways to kill a goat. The perfect Christmas gift. Books on the occult and the paranormal. Books on the occult and the paranormal.
Try going to the right, the other side of the room, because I think you missed a few.
Books on the occult
Jeez,
and the
they're all on the
paranormal.
paranormal. Oh, come on.
Books on relationships.
Ah,
Looking for love in the strangest places.
buggery.
Not this one. You've already done this one.
Books on
No, oh,
relationships.
yeah. Shit.
Looking for
Okay.
love in the strangest places.
Next one along.
You know what would help this a lot?
What?
A functional fucking camera angle.
Books on sex. Books on relationships.
Oh, Jesus
Okay,
Looking for
same
love
Christ.
in the strangest places.
Next one to your left.
Books on cryptozoology, care and feeding. Imagine keeping a yeti as a pet. Think of the hairballs. Yuck.
I like that one. That's my favourite one, I think.
Books on cryptozoology, care and feeding.
I think there's one more next. Yes, it.
Books on conspiracy theory. On the shelf below, the label read Conspiracy Practice.
Oh, no witty comments, George?
A small metal filing cabinet. The labels on the drawers indicated that they were for storing the bills and paperwork.
I think the conspiracy practice was the joke.
Oh, fair enough.
As in
The
scientific
drawers
theory,
wouldn't open.
scientific
They
practice.
were securely locked.
So what do we have that we can use to open this? Can we use our metal rod?
That wasn't such a good idea.
It was a great idea.
We
You're
can't-
just too much of a
you-
coward
you-
to implement it.
No way
you
was I
can't-
doing that.
You can't open any of the cabinets in here. This serves
That wasn't
only
quite
to
right.
go from outside
Oh, okay.
into where you need to go. So it serves as kind of like a in between play. What's the word I'm looking for? I think you've been there before.
There was nothing special about this door.
Wait, is this the door we
Silence.
came in?
That was either a sign or
Yeah, I
there
think
was just
so.
no one behind the door.
Try the middle one. Next one.
Either the door was stuck or it was just
Oh no,
locked.
no. Sorry, that wasn't the one we came in. That was the one we came in. So you want to go to the next one along?
Just some filing cabinet drawers.
They're
The
more,
labels on the drawers were old and unreadable.
they're more useful than you, George.
It was a sturdy metal door. Silence. That was
So what do you
either a
mean
sign
unreadable?
just
Programs,
no one behind the door.
games. Like
What,
the
on that
two-
filing cabinet?
Yeah, programme, jeu.
I can't read that, so I'm surprised you can read it in its grimy light.
I can't read the bottom two, but oh, it's gonna be fun.
Yes, so the two that are stacked on top of each other, you want to get that top one onto the one next to it that you've just pushed.
Okay, so
Obviously, you haven't got enough.
Need another block.
You haven't got enough room. Yeah,
I
you
need
need
this.
one more block.
With someone helpfully placed behind a bunch of books.
There's also another one on the other side of the room to the right if you didn't see it. Now, I believe you want to move them completely out from that corner.
We will eventually.
Because you want to get because there's a light switch behind that top block. You haven't got
There was
enough
a
room to
box
put
in
it.
the way of the switch.
Oh yeah, put it in the wrong place.
Wrong way. There you go. and then hop over the top of it.
I know.
There we go.
These are some of the simplest fucking block puzzles I've ever seen, mate. Where am I putting this?
You want to move then the one to your right. No, not that one.
No?
Other one.
Okay. This one.
That one. Yeah.
So am I just revealing the light switch, or do I have to take this to the other side of the room or something?
No, just reveal the light switch for now.
It was a light switch.
Be nice to be able to see finally. Hey!
The room
Right,
was
no,
just
just
a storeroom.
Right, can you see underneath the box
Some-
there? There's a trapdoor.
There's something, certainly.
Deep scratches had scarred the floor.
I knew there was a trapdoor somewhere in this room. I couldn't remember where it was. I actually thought it was in the corner where that first initial box was.
There's another box.
Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about that one necessarily. And there's nothing really in the room, so...
There's 2 more boxes.
I don't know. I think it might just be, like...
Red
I don't know,
herring.
maybe they're just giving you plenty of boxes in case you fuck up.
How do you fuck this up?
I don't know.
The trap door was set flush into the floor. Even with nothing in the way, the trap door was difficult to see. There was a gap between 2 of the floorboards just big enough for my fingers. Pulling it open must have caused the scratches. A ladder led down into a well-lit passage. It looked like Bruno could be right.
I have a feeling.
This bit isn't the bit I told you about. I told you about before. That's
I
not
know,
for a little
but-
while.
But say it feels like saving is a good idea.
Yeah. You remember but you know you always like the
Jesus,
like
that
chance
was a
to hurt.
fucking angle.
do you know you like always a chance to hurt George?
Yes.
Well, now you get a chance twice to burn George.
You know how I'd really like to hurt George? If he can control Nico and start dating Andre in front of George.
No, that's just mean.
Yes.
It was some kind of ancient...
To quote the Green
It was
Goblin,
like something from a
we
horror
attack his
movie.
heart!
You hear screams coming from inside.
The heart, Osborne! We attack his heart.
There was nothing special about this door.
And then we can have
I
someone
couldn't hear anything.
we can have someone come
Was
in and
that
be
kinda
like, what?
Did you hear that? Do 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 do.
No, I
it was
did
that.
not.
That was a tune that came up, but then it stopped.
Either the door was stuck, or it was just locked.
You used that on the big boiler, you did, didn't you?
What?
The big boiler.
It
Yeah?
was some kind of ancient boiler. Hey, they got a show. It was some kind of a rehearsal. As a one-time director of the Idaho Players, I was no stranger to the thespian arts.
George, shut up.
Where is it? We must have the location.
I tell you, I don't know.
Ah!
Let me do this properly. I know I can break her.
As you wish, Petra.
I'm not scared of you, you bunch of thugs.
Bravo!
George, you don't know how long that's... Why would you do that, you
It's just a
idiot?
Sorry to bother you.
Yes, what is it now?
We got a little problem downstairs.
You're not Flap, who are you?
To be precise, Flap, what kind of a
That is
problem?
Flap.
An intruder problem.
You
A
don't
guy's
s-
getting killed.
You don't
problem.
sound anything like me. How could he be
Just as
Flap?
I
I'm
was getting
Flap.
comfortable.
Cesaro! This was no rehearsal. And the girl giving the Oscar performance was my old friend Nico.
You're just
This is
realizing
very
this now,
tiresome.
George?
You will stay here, Miss Collard. Don't try anything.
Some hope. What do you think I'm going to do? Ask the audience for help.
I see
Flap.
platforming up there.
Watch her like a hawk.
Like a hawk,
Oh,
King Cicero.
it's not as bad as you think.
The name is Susaro. Senor Susaro. Do try and make an effort, Flap, or I shall have to kill you too.
Okay, before
Thanks
you
a
do
lot,
anything,
lady. Now I'm gonna get killed by my boss again.
don't go too far forward towards the stage, because he will see you and he will shoot you.
Perfect.
If you want to shut off, you can.
That's why I saved. Flap!
What's that? Who's up there?
I realized the thug would spot me if I hung around.
Hey, you! You're dead meat!
And that's how you die in Roman Sword 3.
It's very, I like that this game has autosave, I will say.
Yeah, it is useful. You don't have to save, but
Wait, I know it's probably not necessary, but I should be in character for this. And creep along.
you can go out to the foyer and explore around there if you want to do that first.
Is there anything?
Or you can do
Alright,
this.
Well, we'll get the.
Well,
we'll go to the
there's
foyer.
things there's things to look at, like the booth to your right. Or you can do it in a minute. Just explore out here first. There's no one out here, so don't worry. You remember when Nico got caught? It's
Yeah.
behind this counter. And look at that. It's the cup that she crushed.
Yeah.
Dust and Weevils. My favorite theater snack.
Okay, George,
I was
you
wasting
just
time when I
picked
should have
up
been helping
a
Nico.
box of popcorn in an abandoned for years theater and started eating it. You're no one to freaking judge, alright? George, seriously, man.
It was some kind of old drinks maker. The kind where you had to mix the syrup and the soda yourself. Just 2 flavors, lemonade and cola. Nico could die while I was wasting this time. Damn, just my luck. No soda.
George, it would
Trying
probably
broken
have
machines
gone
wasn't
off.
going to help Nico.
As far as I'm aware, she can't die. I could be wrong, though.
The door probably
It
led
might-
to a pantry or a storeroom.
It might be
Because
worth going to
I
deal
know
with
there's
her
a
first.
room in Gabriel Knight where if you look around too much, the guy will just come back
It
and
looked
kill
like a
you.
disposable cup. It had been crushed.
Well, Cesaro and Petra won't come back. I think I've always gone out here and looked around first, so...
The door was locked and I didn't have a key to open it. The door probably led to a pantry or a storeroom. I couldn't hear anything behind the door. It was locked and wouldn't open. Wow, it was a classic cash register. I remember these from when I was a kid buying candy. This wasn't the way to help Nico. Maybe there was some cash still inside. Well, the drawer was jammed, so I guess not.
So I'm just remembering the funny bit that you can go when you get George hurt.
Where can I get him hurt?
Yeah, you can actually do it twice.
Where is it?
Actually. Right, first of all, there's a lightning booth to your right. Go in there and have a look in there first. She won't die, don't worry.
Well, I'm not worried. I have no attachment to Nico whatsoever.
The panel controlled the sound. Nico really needed my help.
Shut up, George. We're not helping Nico yet.
The sound equipment controls were completely wrecked. How was I going to help Nico?
You think you're going to help Nico and she's just going to fall into your arms and you're going to be a couple again? No, it's not that simple, George.
The panel was wrecked beyond repair. I needed to find a way to help Nico. This panel was broken too, wrecked on purpose. I needed to find a way to help Nico.
My God, Nico. That's all you fecking talk about, dude.
Okay, go to the side you were going to go to and just creep along. So the right side, or down this side, facing the camera, facing us. You can try and go on the stage, but you'll just die the same way as you were before.
Yeah, the death was kind of meh, so I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, it's not. I think they kind of like don't make deaths really that. Like the first game had a lot of interesting death ideas. If you know what I mean?
Yes.
Whoa! The gangways were dangerous. They'd fallen away in places. It was a long way down.
Nico, what are you doing?
I don't know, but she is glitched. Yes, I see it.
She was just
saw it.
walking forward.
Right, we can't get across this bit. What we have to do is the light strip at the back.
Oh, come on! I can walk. Oh, come on, George.
No, you can't. So
George, I can do that. You should be able to as well.
this
Because
lighting rig
interestingly,
here.
I am afraid of heights, but if I'm high up enough that the fall would just kill me, I'm not afraid of heights. If that makes any sense.
Yes, I suppose.
Like, because if falling will just hurt or possibly cripple me, yeah, I'm afraid of that. But death is death, and death is going to happen eventually anyway, so what's the point of being worried about that?
The rope held up the lighting rig.
True.
The lighting rig lowered part of the way, but then jammed fast.
Are we seriously going to trust our... Wait, okay, we're going to trust our security to this thing.
This is how you go across.
George, this is way harder than walking across that beam. You know that, right?
Come on, mate. This is broken sword logic.
This is way more dangerous, too.
But you might be less of a chance to fall off and reveal your position to flap if you do it this way.
I think if we fall off, revealing our location to flap isn't really an issue anymore. I think we're just dead.
True.
From this height.
Yes, she is definitely glitched.
Hanging from the rigging was an old sandbag. It must have been used as a counterweight.
I think you know what you got to do, don't you?
Yeah, I pushed these on.
I hoped this would get his attention. Heads up, buddy.
Congratulations, George. You just killed a man.
Nicole Collard.
He's fine.
Tied
No,
to a chair,
he's
needing to be rescued.
Can't be.
Again.
George!
He's
Object
fine.
of that weight
Don't
falling
just stand
from
there.
that height.
Untie me!
He's
You
dead.
know,
He is
this
fine.
is becoming a
Ah,
habit.
it's bullshit.
Maybe you should seek help. Okay.
Come on! Hurry!
Jeez, these knots are tight. Aha! Got it. Seriously, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. And it is good to see you. Your timing's perfect.
It always was.
So, how's Idaho, George?
Same as ever.
Full of
It's a
potatoes.
great vacation state. You ought to visit sometime.
Got any friends who'd put me up?
I could put a word in for you.
You're a real sport. Why the sudden interest in theater?
I'm on the trail of a guy who killed one of my clients. A man called Cesaro.
That's the maniac who captured me.
I know. I was watching from the stalls. Thought you were pretty good, by the way.
Thanks. I wasn't looking forward to the next scene, though.
Yeah. Those guys, they got their own special twist on the word corpse.
So tell me about Cesaro.
Cesaro connects back to the Neo-Templars.
Surprise, surprise. That explains idiot guy over there.
So why are you here?
The blonde. She killed the guy I was due to interview. Tracking her down brought me here.
We're working on the same case. Now that's amazing.
Only if you believe in coincidence. Do you?
No.
Me neither. Come on, George. We can't sit around here all day.
Well, you're standing, but fair.
Okay, so you see that little square in front of you on the stage?
The
That's
trapdoor?
the trapdoor. Do you want to have an opportunity to come up through the trapdoor like an absolute boss, go down to the bottom of the stage, and you can do just that?
Seeing Nico again was a strange experience.
So we can do the
She
Phantom
was more
thing.
beautiful than I remembered.
Yes, you can do
Not
the
that I
Phantom
would
thing if you
dare
want
tell
to.
So.
I'm going to talk to Nico first. though.
Nico,
Yes, George?
I wonder if you could help me out.
It depends on what you want.
So, Nico, you still a reporter?
Not according to my editor.
Well, what happened? You get fired?
No, I quit first.
So, why did the blonde kill the guy you were interviewing?
He was trying to contact me. Said he had information about all this weird meteorological stuff going on. Said the world was going to end.
It was one heck of a shot, but I guess the cleaners wouldn't be too pleased. Nice to see someone else with a headache for a change. I knew the guy all right. He used to work for the Grand Master. Flap, they called him. Last time I'd seen him, he was falling from an express train in Scotland. Just too butt-ugly to die, I guess.
Now,
We just teabagged Flap.
Flap believed in traveling light,
Yep.
just his IQ and his gun. Me, I just put faith in the old IQ.
You're not taking
why
the gun?
wouldn't you?
All right.
What? No. I didn't understand why he didn't take the gun.
It was an old stage light burning brightly.
You want a chance to hurt George?
Ah! Damn, that's hot! What an incredibly dumbass thing to do. No way was I touching those lights again. The old stage light was kicking out a lot of heat. No way was I touching those lights again.
I think he says something slightly different to each light. It's just slightly different.
The heat from the old stage light was almost painful. No way was I touching those lights again.
Okay, so there is a staircase one side of the stage. I think it is this side. That's it. You walk into a wall. There you go. Right, before you go to the place where you need to go, just explore around this location first. There's a trapdoor, but first, before you do that, there's something else in this room you need to pick up first.
Is it this column? I will take this with me. I'll shove it down my fecking pants.
I don't think it will work the same way as
Beautiful painted
the
cloth
theodolite did.
What?
It was a perfect market scene. Fruit
The
stalls
theodolite.
and
Theodolite.
bric-a-brac stalls.
From Broken Sword 2, when you put the theodolite down in your
Oh, yeah, so I did.
in your shirt, which was just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's because you haven't played you haven't played Gabriel Knight 3. Where he steals a man's jacket and shoves it down his pants. And it takes the time to show him doing it.
Oh God!
A dark but very colorful alley scene. Scenic artist. Now that was a nice career. Why hadn't I thought of that?
Right, something
This
on
is
that.
a missed
on that crate.
opportunity. This is a missed opportunity.
Mm.
I would have gone for some of the matte paintings from the first two games. As like a little Easter egg for these.
I found a box
yeah.
of
Would've been
theatrical
cool.
grease paints. The site transported
yeah,
me back
I
to
think it
another
would.
day in Paris.
Not the grease
Peaceful
paint.
cafe and a clown. And boy, did I hate clowns.
That clown saved your life, George.
I stuck my hand into the box and grabbed a stick. Bestheimer's number 7, white. What a lucky guess.
Now you can go off on the.
I already
trapdoor.
had a stick of grease paint. There wasn't a reason to try that. I wondered what the button was for.
In sleep we sang to me.
Your chains are still mine. You will sing for me.
Right, now try and use the grease paint on the light.
The grease paint reminded me of a trip long ago to a costumer. Ah! Damn, that's hot. What a jerk. It was so obvious that was going to happen. No way I could melt the paint in my hands. I needed something to melt it in.
And that's the clue of what you picked up earlier behind the counter. So combine the cup with the grease paint.
That wasn't such a good idea.
We're gonna melt something in a paper cup.
Yeah, grease paint. Trust me.
Okay. We're gonna set a fire?
No?
No way was I touching those lights again.
Trust me.
That wasn't the right approach.
Okay, so the Nico icon in your inventory
Yes.
is if you use that on an item like in the environment, you can ask her to interact with it. It's kind of like a command.
So can I combine Nico with Bruno's underpants?
I don't think so. Right, now use the grease paint in the cup.
The stage light was hot enough to melt the paint.
So it's
As
gonna
the
catch
grease
fire?
paint melted, the smell was terrible, but at least it worked.
Work
Okay,
do
so-
what?
So that is something we need for later on. The reason why I've got you to do it now is because it will save us coming back up here and doing it
The
again.
grease
And
paint had been melted by the heat of the light.
it just will take away an extra trip up here
Alright,
after we get downstairs.
fair.
So it's just saves time. Like, it's the wrong side. You need to go the other side.
Dun, 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 dun,
I tell you what, I do like this
dun,
location, the
dun,
theatre.
dun.
I think it's really a nice location.
They tend to be.
Yeah, I do like theatres.
I grew up mostly in one.
You've gone the wrong way.
What's the right way?
Staircase is back through there, by that door in front of you.
I'm going
There you
back downstairs?
Yep, back
Oh,
downstairs.
I didn't know that. So. Yeah, I mainly grew both when I was a kid. Both my parents worked at the Centaur Theater in Montreal,
Oh, cool.
so we can't find a babysitter. Let's just let him screw around the theater, see the backstage, all the stuff behind the.
The door
Behind
had
the
no
stage.
remarkable features. Silence. That was either a sign, or there was just no one behind the door. Nope, not that way.
Okay, so there is an office up, like a dressing room up here. We need to go in. Just trying to remember whereabouts it is because this is a bit of a jumbled area of corridors and
It
like
was just a door. Nothing interesting
Different-
about it.
routes round and doors that don't open. Do you know what I mean?
Silence. That was either a sign, or
Cue the
there was just
Silent
no
Hill
one behind
theme.
the door.
I can't remember. I can't think
That
of the
door
Silent Hill
wasn't
thing.
going to open.
Silent Hill has a lot of themes, and a lot of them are very, very good.
Yeah,
Silent Hill 2
That
has
was-
some of the best music.
that was
Okay.
back when Konami were actually good and actually cared about their fans.
Yep, another Konami series that had consistently fantastic music, Castlevania.
Yeah, and Metal Gear Solid.
Wasn't that the one about something about a tree frog?
Go back up, or you just came back up and then go right, not up the stairs, but yeah, right, and then go all the way down to the end of that corridor there where you are. Okay, that's the door we want to go down to in a minute. So go back down the corridor, all the way to the end, towards us. That's it.
You know what else has a finale in a theater? I mean, I
It was an
know this
old
isn't the
wooden
finale,
door.
but Gabriel Knight 2.
Oh, really?
Hmm. In an opera
Silence.
house, specifically.
That was either a sign, or there was just no one behind the door.
Oh, and obviously Return to the Phantom. That entire game is set in an opera house.
Right, so this room is important because there's some. I think is this
It was
where?
just a wig mannequin.
Ah, yes. There we go. That safe
Tucked
is
under the
important.
counter was a safe. There was no dust on it. It was still in use. The rotting floor had begun to buckle under the weight.
That's a clue.
Damn! The safe was locked. But on reflection, that was hardly a surprise.
Of course, it's hardly a surprise, George. It's a safe.
Some kind of play script in French. This wasn't the time to stop and read.
You need somebody tell me what freaking play it is?
I think you can look at the where the desk drawers are. That's it.
The drawers in the dresser were empty. They looked as if they'd been emptied years ago.
Okay.
The drawers in the dresser were empty.
Okay. There's nothing else to do in here apart from that. That's all. That's all. I wanted to go in here so we could
It was an
at
old
least so you
wooden
can see the
door.
safe. Now go back to where the other door was. I told you not to go in a minute ago.
Okay.
There's nothing down there. That door's boarded off. You don't have to creep. You're fine.
I was just seeing if me creeping would make Nico creep.
I don't know if she does or not. Actually.
She doesn't.
Oh, she doesn't. Fair
The old
enough.
wooden door matched the building. Silence. That was either a sign, or there was just no one behind the door.
Oh, that took me by surprise. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, actually made me jump a little bit as well.
from me! I mean it!
What the hell's up with this guy?
Don't come in here! Stay away! Ah!
Somebody has put the fear of God into him.
Somebody, or something. And you know what? He's safe in there, and the thing is out here.
There's nothing out here. Don't worry.
The wooden door looked old. It was the fuse box for the theater. It looked very old and very dangerous.
Grab it.
It looked like a couple of the fuses had blown. There was only one fuse remaining.
That
The
paint.
support strut was wedged
Oh, it doesn't
between the
matter.
floor and the ceiling.
What, the
It
paint
was holding
that's
up
in
the
English?
floor of the room above.
Yeah, the paint that's down there. I
guess
thought
the
from it
strut
it
was
said
supporting the
PayPal.
safe in the
Like
room
it was saying same text, same style
I
of
guess
font.
the strut was supporting
Why is
the
there an
safe in the
English
room
can
above.
of paint in France?
I don't know.
George, what are you doing?
He's trying to
The
push
strut wouldn't
the,
budge. The friction from the floor was too great.
Have you tried
Okay,
unlocking it
now-
first, George? You dumb.
Now ask Nico to help you. Use the icon in the inventory to ask her to help you.
Hey, Nico, can you give me a hand here for a second?
What do you want me to do, George?
Take a hold of this and pull it when I say so.
You are such a romantic.
Yeah.
It's no good, George. It's not going to move.
What do you suggest?
Maybe you should loosen it first.
Now use the paint.
I hoped the melted grease paint would work as a lubricant.
Now ask Nico again to help you.
Even with the added grease, I still couldn't shift it on my own. Hey, Nico, can you give me a hand here for a second?
I'm not pulling it again.
I've greased it this time. This time it'll work.
Okay, I trust you.
You shouldn't.
That's what a guy likes to hear.
Ooh.
Oh, God!
That's one way to crack a safe.
You didn't say you were trying to crack my skull, too.
Just the usual slight miscalculation. You know me, Nico.
You wouldn't be you without it.
Question though.
Mm-hmm.
You see that that latch in the center there?
Yeah.
Couldn't they have just turned that, and it would have collapsed on? It would have unlocked and buckled on its own.
I don't know. It might have
The
like
support strut now lay across the floor.
made it collapse under its own weight, but maybe
Because the thing is, like, they're not. They're extendable, and then you pull that, extend it to the right height, then you latch it in place. That's how these things
Looks
work.
like it strutted its stuff for the last time.
Oh, ha, George.
Nico seemed to be upset that I'd nearly killed her.
No.
Ah, but heck, look on the bright side. The safe had sprung open when it hit the floor. There were two things inside, a key card and some kind of amazing artifact. It had been hewn from stone. Strange crystals were embedded within it. My God! Nico, look at this!
What is it?
Whatever it is, Cesaro must think it's important. There was nothing left inside the safe. It was a swipe card for a security lock. The oddly shaped artifact was encrusted with blue crystals.
Cool.
You look at the ladder if you want.
A very old ladder. Judging by the woodworm, a very dangerous one too. Trying to use that thing would be suicidal.
It baffles me how all the lights are still on in this abandoned theater.
Well, it's being used by Cesaro and stuff, so
Hey, but
it makes sense for it to be
Yeah.
on down here.
fair.
The wooden door looked old.
But a lot of this place just looks abandoned. Like, you'd think, because these are rooms that we're in right now that aren't being used. You'd think
Right now-
some of the rooms that aren't in use, they'd
You need to
like
come towards
turn off
us.
the where you go on the fuse box and like turn off power to
Yeah.
areas where you're not using it, just to conserve it, because the fucking
That goes into
this-
the same room you just came out of, by the
Okay.
way.
Because, I mean, the city power grid's going to be like, there's a lot of power being used here. Why are we not getting money from them? Right?
True.
Oh my God, George! Look at this!
Is that really necessary?
His chest has been just burned away.
I've seen dead bodies before, but this guy's a real award winner.
Ugh.
Ooh, looks like he had chicken for lunch.
Whatever could have caused this, George?
You've never eaten in an English restaurant?
Seriously.
I don't know. I'm a lawyer, not a pathologist.
Can we stop taking the piss out of English food, please?
Yes, please don't.
The
I'm
body
very
had been
offended.
badly mutilated. Ugh. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. As I searched his pockets, I could swear he was watching me. But someone else had beaten me to it. All I found was an empty card holder.
Well, we have the card, so that's good.
You want to go and use the card key on that big.
I know what I'm supposed to do.
You can listen to that other door if you want to, where the guy was
There was
shooting
nothing
from.
special about this door.
That's the plan.
No sounds came from behind the
Oh,
door.
Cesaro's castle. There are a lot of doors that you can listen to.
That door
It's not
wasn't
really
going
worth
to open.
listening to all of them because they're not. It's not worth it. But if you
The
want to,
crazed
that's
guard had
fine.
barricaded himself behind the door.
Just a heads up on that one.
I could hear muttering through the door. Someone was in there, pacing the room and talking to himself. I wondered if I should investigate. Then again, maybe not.
So, this is a game called The Sleeping Dragon, and there's the Order of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Or the Cult of the Dragon.
And this guy's chest is burned away.
Yep.
You see what I mean?
Yep.
I have had bad luck in the past with adventure games which are called such and such of the dragon. Dracula Path of the Dragon. Dracula Way of the Dragon. Legacy of the Dragon.
Well,
Not
I
very
think
good
I can
games.
I think I can honestly say that
It looked like a card reader, but without buttons or a keypad.
I can't
wondered why it
really
had been
decide
installed.
how you're going to feel when we get further into the story, how you feel about the story of this game.
Well,
So that I'm
let's
I'm
just
generally
say,
curious to know.
why is there a light coming out of George's ass?
It's the
I know, but I positioned him in such the George's shiny asshole.
Oh, do you have to point that bit out?
I can't not. It's hilarious. Though, at the very least, I don't think this game can be as bad as Dracula 3 Path of the Dragon.
Oh no, I don't
Because
think it. I haven't
it's
played that
very
game yet.
much
But
my least favorite adventure game of all time and one of my most hated videos. Like, I might put it higher than Da Vinci Code. Like, it's worse than
I
Da
was
Vinci
about to
Code.
ask.
I hate Dracula
is-
3.
Is it really above Da Vinci Code?
Yes, because I had expectations going into this. Look, it's a game called Dracula 3, where Dracula only shows up for 5 minutes at the fucking ending. And you know what the last thing the game does is?
Nazis?
Nazis found Dracula's tomb and are going to make Nazi vampires. Alright, cool. Why is that not the game?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this.
With a hair grip and some foil from a chewing gum wrapper, I could have knocked together a rudimentary device to fuse the lock.
No, you couldn't.
Or I could find the card that opened the door.
Well,
These
I've already
doors
said
weren't part of
that
the original
when it
building.
comes to
They
you
were
doing
obviously intended to
a
keep people out.
replay of
Da Vinci
I could
Code?
just hear
Da
voices.
Vinci Code, that I will enjoy that with you because I really want the
I
opportunity
could see
to.
no way to open the door. I was willing to bet the card reader would open it. All I had to do was find a card.
Degrade that game down to its last atom and insult it with you. And I want that pleasure with you.
Hey, Nico, an elevator.
Oh, well done, George.
It looks like it leads to, like, Area 51 or something.
With a choice of down or down.
You know, I've missed you.
I've missed you too.
Sure,
Well,
in
that's
that
settled then.
darkness, he looks like
Shall
a
we go?
priest. Can you see a little white on his bloody
Yeah.
neck there?
We're Shadow George again. Just like in 2.5.
Yeah. Right, save your game.
Pressing the button would take us back up to the theater.
I was going to do that anyway because that's all the time we have for now, and I've been Merrick D'Amato.
And I've been Classic Gamer.
And we'll see you next time for more of the path, the road of the path, whichever the fuck means of transit you want. The bus. It's the bus ride to Broken Sword 6.
The road to Broken Sword 6, but the Sleeping Dragon. Broken Sword, the Sleeping Dragon.
Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao.
Hi. Thanks for watching. This has been played, edited, and recorded by me, Merrick D'Amato.
And he's been helped by me, Classic Gamer.
You can find a link to Classic's YouTube channel, Classics Gamer, and his Twitch in the description below. Please like, comment, and subscribe.